Hi everyone, it's Fiona here from fionamarks.com and it's newsletter time. So I'm just going to share my screen with you and catch you up on what's going on in my world this week. I was really lucky this week to catch up with a very accomplished musician and talk all about astrology and music. And it's one of my favorite connections. And we were exploring the metaphors that work between astrology and music for an upcoming podcast that I'm doing, which I'll tell you all about in the coming weeks. But it definitely speaks to a musical theme for this week's newsletter, because on Sunday I'm hosting a jam, like a jamming session of musicians, but this one's for astrologers. It's on Sunday at 3, and in this newsletter I'm going to tell you all about it. So I love the idea of jamming with peers, with people who share your interests and have similar techniques or similar data that they use their own techniques on. And that's what we're going to do on this Sunday's jamming session. We're taking one chart and we're all looking at it from our own favorite insights into astrology. So we've got people looking at Rahu and Ketu journey. We've got people looking at the D60, looking at cards of truth, people looking at the house yogas. I'm obsessed with Shadbala at the moment, so I'm sure that I'll probably speak about that. And many other things. It's not restricted to Vedic astrology, so come along with whatever style of astrology you like to analyze charts with. And just like a jam, it's kind of a chance to show what you do and also see how you can combine with other musicians, or in this case, other astrologers. So it's not really a place for competing or for arrogance. It's a place to collaborate with others and just be inspired by other great technicians, just like we are when we sit and play music with other musicians. So we've picked a chart of a famous athlete and businessman, and they happen to have a documentary on Netflix at the moment, so that might give you some clue to their identity. So if you like to binge, then you could do that before the jam, before we get together. And athletes often have a good Mars. Actually, the link here is quite interesting to have a look at. This is all about some research that was done about the correlation between particular positions of Mars and athletic prowess. That was done, discredited, shelved, and then we've tried to look at it all over again. So it's quite a convoluted little story. You might like to read that on Wikipedia. And so this person, extreme athletic ability, but their Mars is retrograde and in neutral dignity in Leo. So does that account for their athleticism? Let's see what other astrologers have to say. And then point number 3 here, wealth and fame. Obviously, this person has a lot of wealth and is extremely famous. We've got a couple of things to look at here, because just like real life, there's a bit of doubt around the birth time. So one option sees Mars as the potential 10th Lord, exalted in the D60. Is that what's causing all of that fame? Or is it Saturn, the other contender, in Mula Trikona, 10th Lord in the 10th house in Sasha Yoga, one of my favorite yogas? I'm really fascinated to see how other astrologers approach explaining the wealth and fame, because not only that, there's a Saturn-Sun conjunction with Sun beating Saturn in planetary war as well. So you've got all of those. We've got agitation, perhaps combustion from being with the Sun. You've got the Lajatadia Vashtas of the mutual enmity in Vedic astrology between Saturn and Sun. Then on top of that, you've got planetary war as well. So is that a part of it? There's other really interesting combinations in this chart. There's a Venus K2 conjunction as well. So I think love life is going to be an important thing to look at as well. And question 4, do you have to be an astrologer to attend? No, you do not. You just want to be interested in astrology. So either you're like, as a hobby, you like to have a look at astrology, or you're getting into it and you want to see how different astrologers approach the same chart. You're welcome to come along and share, but you're also welcome to come along and just listen to these musicians jamming away. It's going to be heaps of fun. So yes, please register even if you're not an astrologer, and it's not too late. I think there are 2 spots available still. There's a link there to go have a look. I'll just, because I'm empowered, realizing I can click these links. This is on the fionamarks.com website, and here is your sign up spot. There you go, 2 spots left as we speak. So if your interest is piqued at all, I would love to see you on Sunday. I think we're going to have a lot of fun and get a lot of benefit out of listening to how other people approach a chart. It's just going to be fascinating. So please book your spot, and I'd love to see you there. Now, also in this newsletter, we haven't spoken about this upcoming eclipse. We did talk about it last newsletter. I don't know if you're in your world, you're beginning to notice perhaps how demanding this eclipse is, whether you're feeling overwhelmed or pushed around a little bit. We're going to have Rahu, we're going to have Sun, we're going to have Venus, we're going to have Mercury retrograde, all in Gemini when this takes place on Thursday this week, June the 10th. So if you are finding all of that too much, why not book a session? We'll have a look at what's going on in your chart and see if we can find a way to breathe and have some detachment while we observe what I'm hoping will be a very positive eclipse. All right, I think that's all I have to share for the newsletter this week. It's great to see you all. Thanks to everyone who came along for sessions this week. It's just been wonderful to connect with you. So many beautiful charts. And so I hope to see all of you guys. Please book a session with me whenever you feel like the time is right. Until then, or until I see you next week on the newsletter, take care. Good luck with the eclipse, and I'll see you next Friday. Okay, bye.